Tim, I want to come to you on the security standpoint. As David said, we all know the big headline figures around the breach fines and the response time, which we'll get onto. Can you talk about the importance of things like encryption, backing up data, and managing information, to David's point, and the importance for security teams?
I think the important thing is organisations need to employ security professionals who talk in the language of the business. And one of the biggest challenges we tend to have is we're very good at talking about technology, boxes, widgets, IDSs and IPSs. We're not very good at aligning to the business. In a recent report, the State of Operations, we discovered that 82% of organisations were disconnected from the business and weren't meeting business objectives. So to me, there needs to be a fundamental shift. Security needs to enable. It's less about locking things down. It also needs to focus on the data. So one of the biggest challenges here is understanding what data you have, as David said. So it's about classification. It's about understanding what data you have. There's no point in encrypting it unless you know what you're trying to protect and you understand the value of the data. So I actually employ security people to think like the bad guy, but actually understand the adversary. I think it's about understanding what data you're trying to protect, understand the value of it, and then start to apply the policies, the people, the process, and the technology in such a way that you're addressing the real needs. So enabling, talking in a business language, and really making sure that you're protecting the right assets in the business.
And John, obviously you see this on a day-to-day basis at Burberry. Do those comments chime with what you see at the end-user perspective?
Absolutely. For a security team in a retail organization like mine, I think the key challenge, as Tim said, is to be able to liaise in a very effective way with the business in understanding the data and then knowing exactly what protective and detective mechanisms can be applied. And that's no mean feat. I mean, the number of security folks of experience who are effective in talking to business is limited. So you need to rely upon some tools to help achieve that goal. And one of the key things to do, I think, is implement technology which discovers the sort of data that is covered by the GDPR.
Yeah, I agree with everything that John said. I think the important thing is it's moving away from historically looking at data to actually looking at data in real time, and it's attaching the appropriate security to the data wherever it sits, irrespective. So it's not about protecting the endpoint. It's actually attaching the security to the data, in use, in transit, in storage, rather than trying to protect it each of the endpoints it hits, but also making sure that the protection you add still allows the data to be useful. So there's no point in encrypting it so it's not of any use. It's a real opportunity for us to start to exploit and understand that data as we build up that picture.